Now we are going to take care of some aesthetics. So we'll start from the color. Um, we'll open the view here. So we want to give some colors to our bars based on some variable. The variable we have here is a sector, if I remember well. We have sector group and industry. There are too many groups inside industry, so I'm going to use sector group. It's like 6 or 7. Can create a select as usual. Select that. Connect, and we are going to select this variable, so we can copy paste. So here I go to select calls by name. I will paste the name of the variable sector group. Also, we don't want the first, like the name of the column, so we can do select rows by index, and we'll start by number 1. And then so we only want to take the like unique values, what in pandas would be like dot unique, which means we only want to know how many categories we have and their name. So in Touchdesigner, the way is to use a sort that, and we use unique output single row. So now we have our 7 columns. Now we want to assign a color to each of them. So there are various ways. One would be to use a replicator for each rows, like in case we change the variable and we want to use another one. But for now, I'll just do all of it manually, which is a bit simpler. So we'll create a constant top, and I will call it color group or color cat 1. And so since we have 7, I will create 7 of these. Oops. So put them close to each other. 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Then to show you what to do, what we're going to do, I will color just the second one, just to see. And then I will connect all of them to layout top. Also, I forgot, yeah, my mistake. We should also put all of them one resolution. So we want like 1 pixel, 1 pixel. So 1 and 1. So I will have to recreate all of them. Easier than change all of them manually. Okay, and I connect them to the layout. So now all of them have resolution 1. So if I color them and I assign them some color, like this and this, in the layout, we can get this like change of information, let's say. And to do that, we do this way. We do scale resolution on. Maximum column is the number of categories. Sorry, it's already good. And yeah, that's pretty much what we need. Now we can convert it into like RGB information. So we can use a top 2 and then a dot 2. Like, unfortunately, we don't have top 2 dot, so we have to do this like mid jump. So I go to chop 2. Now we have this table, and this represents actually our colors. And to see it like more precisely, we can add an insert that, and we will add like the name of the columns should be RGBA. Okay, so that's like our color mapping. For our categories, we will have these colors. Now to finish our like color mapping table, we can add a merge here, and we will attach it with this sort we created before, which is like the same number of rows. And actually, so let's merge it now. Let's see what happens. We have to do append columns, this, and now as you can see, we have like a mismatch here in the rows, so we have to move this insert later. So I will disconnect and disconnect and attach it here. So now in the merge, oops, it disconnected, so we'll reconnect this sort to the merge. Maybe let's do this. Oops. So the chop to the merge. So we have our mapping, and now in the insert we can add like sector RGBA. So we have the sector and the corresponding color. I will move them a bit back and add null as usual. Actually, I will call this color mapping. And now we can use this mapping here in in our bars. Okay, to do that, we already have our sector parameter, which is still empty. To assign the sector to this, we can actually grab our like original table, the first one we have, where we get the original data, and we drag it here into sector. And now to show how we can get like the one random row, I will take first row, so it's like the first data row, and then I can choose the name of the column, in this case sector group, sector underscore row. So I get the name of the sector. And as we did in all the other cases, we can use me dot digits. Actually, no, that's my mistake. We also need to use, in this case, the name of the row. So let's take alphabet, that's Google, and I will put here alphabet. We need speech marks alphabet. So you can select a cell in a Touchdesigner table using also the strings. But these, of course, we don't want to manually select all of them, so we can use me.par.name, which is this parameter just above. So the sector will use the name parameter and the sector group column to like locate in our table the sector name. Now we can press 1 or as usual, I recreate all operators. So I press 1. Now for every bar, like every geo, we have the corresponding sector. Let's take a look. Looks okay. We need to add another parameter here. So I will go to customize component again and add color. And this will be RGBA. And actually we need also the alpha, so don't select RGB but RGBA. Actually I want to put it at the end, this. And now I can go inside the gear and I create a constant matte. And this will be our color, so I can call it just color. And to refer to the color from the parent operator, I can use this panel. So I go here and I go to bar 0 and open it. And we can do the following. We can take, like grab color entirely and drag it here. So then we'll assign the RGB here to all of the 3 parameters. Then it doesn't happen for the alpha because it's another one. So we can copy this, paste it here, the alpha, and we replace B with A. Then here in the bar 0, we go to render and we drag this color material into material. So let's go up. I will come back to bar 0 and I go to the custom parameters. And now I want to assign the correct color from this table to like according to the corresponding sector. We can do this way, like open the color parameter and I will drag the color mapping here. And now, as we did before, we need to select from this table using the name of the row and then the column. So we can do me.par me.par.sector, just sector with the capital S, and then R. Okay, so this is done. Can copy paste this in all of the other, and we replace the name of the column with RGB A. So this is G, this is B, and this is A. Okay. And now it's just about like your taste and how you want to color the bars. So I can go here. Like those are fine. I will do some like pastel colors. You can do whatever you want, of course. And some purple. Okay. Then we can recreate all of them. And now we have the colors. So we can keep working on the aesthetics by adding a background to our plot. So we can go to the render and just below I will create a constant top. That will be the color of our background. So I will use a gray, something like this. And then I will like merge them together with the composite. So we inject all of them to the composite. And then as operation here, I use over. So like this one stays over this one. And as in the transform, in fixed layer, I will use input 1, so we don't lose resolution. Now we kind of lost our text, our names. So we want to make them black. So we can go to our name 0 operator. That's the one who controls all of them. And inside, I will add a constant material. and this will be black. Now we can go up into name 0 again, and into the render page, I want to assign this constant material to it. So we can just grab it and put it here, or we can also write dot slash to go like inside, and then constant one. Now we can go to our composite, and if I press 1 and recreate all the operators, oops, didn't work. Let's see why. So we have constant 1. Okay, now it worked. I just didn't press the key, the 1. So we can add a null, and that will be like our final output. So we can go a bit further. We can take a look. Now I would like to add a black outline to all the bars so they look nicer. And we don't have to recreate everything from scratch. We can copy paste these to the replicator and the bars and change the material. So we'll grab this tree and copy paste here. And this will be bar outline 0. We also need to change it in the replicator here, bar outline. And then we want to move the like replicants at, so this one is here, this one is 250, so we'll go here, and this one will be 500. There we go. And now I go inside the bar outline 0, and I will delete this color material and create a line line material, which is basically a wireframe. So we can go inside and into line page, use black color, and in the setup, let's test first. So I go up, and in bar outline I go inside render page, and instead of slash dot slash color, I'll use dot slash line 1. So you can see already the lines, and now we can take a look. I will go here, open the viewer, so we can check in like real time. Then I press 1, oops, and recreate all the operators. Maybe that's too big, so we can go inside the bar outline, and I will modify this width near to 2 and press 1. Now looks better. Now I want to create like to display the value of the revenue for each company, and the value will be like positioned somewhere inside the bar. I will put it at the end. So first we can recreate, okay, we can copy paste these two, so the replicator 1 and bar 0, and put them here. Now this bar 31, like we will rename it to revenue 0. And the replicator 4 will be, here we need to change the operator prefix from bar to revenue, and lay auto origin to 750. And now we can work on revenue zero. So now we have already some parameters. We don't need name anymore. So we can go to customize component, and in name we can change uh, the name of the parameter from name to revenue, and also in the label. We also don't need sector, so we can delete, and color as well. And now we need to, okay, so we can go inside first, take a look. So color will be just black, so we can just assign black, and alpha will be 1. And then instead of rectangle, we need text, SOP. So I'll go to text. And now we need to change a few things. So first of all, we need to assign the right text, and we need here to grab the value of the revenue. So for this, we can go up, and we already have the values. Oops. They are in one of our channel here. So here we have the original data, then we select the revenue, and then we normalize it. So what we need now is the values before they are normalized, like here. So for clarity, I will add another null. Then I will connect it to the rename one, and I will call it revenue. Then I go to my revenue zero that we have just created, open it, and there is a typo here. I will fix it later, but we can grab this channel here to the revenue, and of course, as usual, we also need to specify which sample inside the channel. So we'll do square brackets me dot digits. Okay, let me also fix this name revenue parameter. So I go again to customize component. It's probably just a label. Yes, so I will just name it revenue. Okay, and now we go inside the text. We'll use expression, and this will be parent parenthesis par revenue. Okay, so now we can go up, and we can start working on the positions. I also forgot inside revenue zero to flag on render and display. So let's do, so we can see. Let's go up. Here I will also open the geometry viewer. Actually, we need to go inside project one and then open the geometry viewer. And now if I open revenue zero customize component, actually just open the page, we have to modify a few things. So first of all, we don't need to scale because that will be a fixed dimension. So let's do 1 for all of them. Also, let's use 0 for now in the translate x. And so now if I press 1 and recreate all the operators, you can see that they're clearly too big. So we can go inside revenue 0 and modify the font size. So I will do 0.04 and click 1 to recreate everything. Now let's move it to the center. So in vertical align center, and I click one again. Let's go up. So now, as you can see, they kind of overlap. So we can put the text a bit upper in the Z axis. So in translate TZ, I'll do like something very small, like 001, and recreate all. I'm still not satisfied with the size. I want to do it smaller. Let's try 0.025, and we can also leave the text like on the right, so it will not be moving. And for this we can horizontal align, like let's try center. um, now let's leave it to left, and then we can just add some space. If I go to revenue 0, oops, not inside, just into translate X. Let's do something small, like 0.01, and recreate all. Click one. Actually, no, like 0.02. Click one. Oops, I messed up. 0.02, and then click one. Okay, that looks nicer. Can take a look in using null tree. I will open the viewer. Okay, I think that for now it's fine. And so now we can add the logo, and I will add the logo like at the end of the bar as a like another little rectangle here. As usual, we copy paste this here, and I will call bar 31 logo 0. Oops, I misspelled logo 0. And the replicator, as usual, we change prefix to logo, and layout origin to 1000. Yes. And now we have a few things to take care of in logo 0. Actually, we can go inside first. Here it's all good. We can go up. Here in logo 0, let's check. Custom parameter is okay for now. Let's go to X form. We don't want to scale the X size, will be like a fixed rectangle. So we can leave 0.005 in both 0.05. In translate X, check, we can leave these two, and to have the logo rectangle like in the front, like not overlapping, we also move this, the Z axis, TZ, to 0.01. Like any small value is fine here. Now inside we have color white. That's okay for now. Let's take a look. Let's check. So if I try to recreate all, now we have these little rectangles around, but something is still off. Let's also open the viewer. So I go to null tree and view, which is a better representation of the 2D output we have. So the rectangles are okay. They are in the center, but we want to move them to the end of the bar. So we can go to translate X, Uh, and so now the X position is go to custom page and check X position. So now we are getting the value of the revenue and like multiplied by the scale, but now we are also dividing by 2. That's why it's in the center. So we can remove this by 2 and recreate all, clicking 1. And now all the rectangles are at the end. So I can make it larger. So the rectangles are in the end. And now we want to fill the rectangle with the logo and then to add also a little outline, black outline. Now we want to add the logo to the rectangle, the end of the bar. The logo every logo is inside this path. So in our original table, the last column represents for each company the path to like where to grab the logo. And for this, you need to download this folder from the repository. In my repository, if we go to the root folder, inside big companies revenue data, you have this logos path, and we have like in order each logo. This column that I have already prepared represents the correct path to the corresponding logo for each row, like for each company. Now we want to color, like to assign the correct logo to each rectangle. So first we have to refer to the correct path, to the correct logo path for each geometry. So I'll go to logo 0 and right click, customize component, and I will create a logo path parameter, which is a string. So we'll add it at the end. And we can easily refer to these by using our original table, table 1. So we can do OP, table 1, and then in square brackets, it should be like name of the company, or actually like the row, which is name of the company, and the column will be the name of this logo column, which is just logo. So the name is actually here, so it will be this parameter. So we can do me.par.name, and for the column will be just logo. And this needs to be an expression. I mistype here, table 1. Okay. So let's recreate all of them and check if that works. So I click 1. So for each of them we have, let's see, we have alphabet, we have the Google logo. Here we have Amazon, and here we have the logo Amazon. Okay, so that works. So now we can go inside logo 1, and we can leave the constant color, but we need to color it with a color map using a top. So we can use a movie file in. Here. And inside file, I will use the path that is in the parent folder. So it will be parent par logo path. Okay. And we also want to add a white background, so we'll add a constant. Then we create a composite. I will use over and fixed layer input 1, and then create a null for the final output. Good. And now this null will be the color map of our constant. Okay, now we go up. I check in the render, it's already color. So I think we can already take a look, oops, of the output. So let's go inside null tree, view, and then I click one to recreate all the operators. And so here we have the logo. Now we also need to change the colors. So we go to logo 0 in the color material and let's modify these so they will not be dynamic but just one for all of them. So it's just white, and then recreate all of them by clicking one, and let's take a look. Okay, and the final step is to add the outline to each logo. So as usual, let's copy paste these here. Now you know. So let's move layout origin to 1250, and let's call this logo outline 0. Yes, to all, and this also logo to logo outline. Okay, so we have our new geometries. Let's go inside the first one. We don't need these anymore, and not even color. So now we can use, like we did before, a line. Let's do 2 in all of them, and then line will be just black. We can go up, and in logo outline we go to render, and instead of color we have line 1. So let's take a look. I will press 1 for recreating all the operators and open the view. So now we have again our our logos and the bars with the outline. So we can take a look on how the whole thing works. So we'll open the view, and then we can go to our LFO. That's the one who controls the change of the ear. So we'll connect it to the math, and then like we click play. So it looks good. So now we can add a few things more, like the ear, a title, and the legend, and it's pretty much done. Now we can add the legend. So we want to have like a way to display, show what these colors represent. So we already have the information in this color mapping dot. We want also to display it in our final output. So we will use the like usual technique to do that. Can create a geo here, and I will call it legend cat 0, and inside this I will delete the torus and create a rectangle. It will be actually a square. So we can make it smaller, like 0 0.1 and 0 0.1. Or actually, we can control this from the gear, so we'll leave it 1 and 1 for now. And flag render and display on. Can go up. Now it's covering like everything, so we have to make it smaller. And I will go down like this and a bit more. And we want this to be somewhere here. And actually, let's also open the viewer. So we'll go to my final output, this null, and open the view. I will go a bit more down, like 0 0.005. I like it. And they will all be in the same x position. Only the y position will change. So we can move the x somewhere like here. Also, we need to color it. So we can go inside and create a constant. Of course, then we will color this later with the corresponding color. For now, let's leave it white. So we can go up and we can create some custom parameter. So let's go to customize component and I will add first a color parameter, which should be RGBA. So now we have our RGBA and we will put it, I don't know, just a yellow for now, just to see. Then we can move it a bit further into the Z axis, just very little, so we can see it, just 0.01, it's fine. Then we can go inside again and we can assign these like the parameter we have created, like the colors, to this material. So we can go to legend cut 0, open it and go to the custom color and we can drag it here. And we can open the render and assign the constant into the material. So now we have our rectangle. Now see that we are a bit like displaying the whole thing on the right. So we'll go again to my camera and move it a bit to the right. So only this, somewhere like this. This is fine. And now we can create all the colors we need. So let's create a replicator like usual. And we can use these color mapping that we created before as a reference. So we can open the replicator and into the template dot table, I will drag it here. Or actually, since we have also the first line, which is like column names, we can create a select. Because if we use the color mapping as it is there, we will create 7 and like 8 rows, but we only need 7. So I will drag this color mapping into the select, and here in the rows, I will only use the first one. So I will exclude the first row. So go to start row index and select one. And so we can move this select up here. And we can open the replicator 7 and put this select here in the template that table. Then the legend cut 0 will be the master operator, and also legend cut will be the operator prefix. And we need to move the layout origin. So the last one was actually here. The last one was 1250, so I will go like 1750. Let's see. And I will do vertical as usual. We'll leave like a space in the middle. And okay, so we have all the replicators, like the replicants. And now we need to move them like vertically, occupy some space vertically. So I'm going to create a pattern. And this will show, like it will create the Y position. And the position will go like from some value to some other value, which is smaller. So we can use the ramp, and the length will be the number of categories. So we can drag this select 5 into length, and then dot, and then num rows, which is actually the number of rows, obviously. And then from 0 to 1, from range to range, we want to like revert it. So we can do from like 1 to 0 for now and see if that works. We can also call the channel like Y pose. This. And then in the legend cut 0, we customize component again and create a new parameter, which will be Y position. And this will be a float. Add par. So we have it. Okay. Now if I open my legend cut and go to custom parameters, we have to assign this Y position. I will grab the pattern that here. And now we probably know what to do. So we have to specify the name of the channel, which is Y pose. Or you can actually do it this way. You can open and grab the channel itself and drag it here. So you already have the name. And then the like like the sample inside the channel. So it will be me.digits as usual. Now, if we recreate all the operators, all of them have now the correct position, just from 1 to 0. And now in legend cut 0, I open it. Oops. Go to Xform, and we need to specify the translate Y, the ty, and that will be me.par.y pose. Actually, I call it Y position, so the full name. Okay, this. Now we can recreate all of them and see them moving around. And we need to fix the range because 1 to 0 is not good because this is 0 already. So it could be like 0 to something else. Like let's try 0 to -1 and then recreate. And it's still too big. Let's see, that first one will be here. So we can try like -0.1. Still too big. We want to fit all of them here. So like I will do 0, 4. Okay, that's better. Since we are going to recreate all of them again, I want to use the same trick we used before. So I want to be able to click 1 to recreate all of them. So we can go to our keyboard in and drag it here to recreate all operators. So now with 1, I'm able to recreate all of them. And one more thing I want to do is to make them a bit smaller. So I go to legend cut, and in uniform scale, I will reduce it to, yeah, I think 0.88 is fine. So now we press 1, and here we go. And now we can assign the color. So we go to custom, and we want to assign the corresponding colors from this table. So we can grab it and drag it here. So we have op pselect 5. This is the legend cut 0, so that would be like tech, telecom. And so we can use now, since we are not using names, we can use the index. So we can use like oops, me dot digits, yeah, me dot digits, and then the name of the, like the number of the column or the name also. So we have 1. Then we copy paste all these, and we need only to change the name of the column. So 2, 3, and 4, simply. And then, so this first one is already changed because we connected all the values. So if I press 1, here we go. We have the whole colors corrected. Now we can add the outline to these rectangles. So you know already how. I'll go pretty fast. So we can copy paste these two, and then drag them here. This will be legend cut outline 0. And here we need to change the names. So legend cut outline here, and I will move them to 2000. Okay. I will go inside the legend cut outline 0, like the first one, and replace this constant 1 material with a line. And I'll move them to 2. Then we need to change the color to black, and in in the geo we need to change the render from constant 1 to line 1. So I press 1, and here we go. And last thing, we need to add the text. So we can again copy paste. So we'll call this legend name 0. And in the replicator 9, I will change as also this to legend name. Okay. Inside the geo, I will get rid of both of them actually. So we can create a text and a constant. Constant will be black. And for the text, we need to create a parameter. So we could also just refer to this. I generally prefer to have control from above. So we go again to customize component, and I will create a string parameter. Should be name, like sector name. And now I will populate this with using this table. So I will grab it here and drag it here. And this will be like before, me dot digits. and column is just 0. Okay, so now that we have the name, we can go inside Megillah, and in the text, you can write parenthesis dot par dot sector name. Okay, and we need to make it smaller, like 0.01, I would say. We switch on the render and display flag and press 1. And then I go up. We are not replicating all of them, so something is off, or actually, yes, they are just here. So we need to change the layout origin. I forgot. So 2250. Okay, so we have all of them. Then we change in render the material to constant 1. And then still need to be bigger. So we go inside and increase the font size. Starting to show up, so we need a bit more. Like 0.4 might be okay. And we also do bold. Then we can move them a bit more to the right. Also, like vertical align, let's do center. Horizontal align, let's do, yes, reading direction is fine. Then we go up and move them in X form a bit to the right. Too much, like 0.075. Okay, that looks good. So now I press 1, and here we go. Okay, one last thing I want to add is some sustainable development goals. So those are like world goals that need tons of money to be achieved, according to some research that I will share. But the point is that we want to add these goals and like the amount of money needed, and to compare them with these companies' revenue. So there will be like vertical lines that will adapt their position according to the revenues on that year. We can download the data from my repository. It's in the usual path. So you go to big companies revenue data, and there is this new table called SDG goals. So we can create a new table, that table, and import this CSV file. And by the way, I also added the link for the source in case you care. And now we need to convert this into a channel. So I'll do a .2. And we change a few things. So we do channel per column. And first row is names. And first column is, that's okay. And then we need a select. And we grab just billions. Okay, and now we need to find a way to compare these values and put them inside our like geometrical space. So in mathematical terms, we can do this. We'll create a text that and we can also make Python and check. So the way we want to do this is the following. So we have some values that we need to convert. So we have this space um, like the highest company and the highest bar, in this case Walmart, has always a fixed size, which I think was 0.05, if I remember well. So we can use this as like our max value. Let's see, it's 0.05 for now. Then we can take one of the values we have here. Let's take water equals 122,000. And then we have to grab the maximum, like the max, let's say original revenue value. So like revenue value equals, can grab it from here. It's 421,849. Okay. So now to find the position of like the sustainable development goal. So when we basically want to convert these into a geometrical value in this plot. So if this entire space is 0.05, how much will be this? So it's basically like a proportion. It's like x equals water times max value. That's not the correct name, but it's okay. Divided by revenue value. That's what we need to do. But we're not going to do this with Python, but with Touchdesigner operators. So we can create a constant, and the constant will be our revenue value. So we already have this somewhere here in the revenue. So we can grab it with Python referencing. So we go here and grab here, it's OP revenue. Then the name of the channel is still revenue. And then it's already grabbing the first one, but we want to be sure, so we can also add max. So that's the entire space in before the normalization, let's say. Then we can add a math. And we do the division. So we can do combine chop, divide. And then we multiply this by the max value, which is 0.05. So now these, like each sample corresponds to one of our SDG goals. But instead of having the revenue, or in this case the dollars value, we have the position in the space for our plot. So we can create a null. And then we can make a quick test. Like now, as usual, we could create a replicator, but I'm gonna do this just with SOPs. So you can create a rectangle. And these will be not actually a rectangle, but like a line. So we can make it the X size very, very small, like 0.005. And the Y size, let's say 0.5. And I will connect it to a gear. So we can take a look. So now it's here because it's in like 0 position. And I will call these like SDG 0. So I want the X position to be this one. Okay? So we can take the null for the channel inside and drag it to translate X. Then we can add me dot digits as usual. That's the first one, which is anger, which is very low for some reasons, but we will trust. And then I will also color it in some other ways. I will create a constant. Maybe we can do this kind of dark red and drag it here as material. Now it's still too big, clearly, so I will make it even smaller. 0, 0, 5. This is better. And this will also go underneath, so we can move it into the Z-axis behind. Okay. And now we want to add also the text. So I will create a text sop. And I call SDG text 0. And we can connect them into a merge. And well, of course we need to make it way smaller, so we can go like 0.01, still too big, 0.01 maybe. But first we can move the position, so the Y position. I want it to be here, somewhere here. So let's go down. Oops. Okay, somewhere like here. And then we can change the size again. Okay, this is fine. And I will put bold and horizontal align center. So it will be in the center of the line. And then in the transform X, we can grab the same value. Actually, it's already done because it's the position will be controlled by the gear. And of course, we need to modify the text. So we can go to the text sop and text. And here we need to use the table. So we can grab this table. And we want row number 1. So it will be me dot, if you call this 0, it will be me dot digits plus 1. And column is 1. Oops, it's 0. Okay, so we have the hunger done. And yeah, let's try. Okay, so now we have created these using the me.digit techniques. So both the text and the position will be automatically like fixed using this. So maybe we can, before creating the new ones, we can fix a bit the Y position. So we'll do maybe somewhere here. And also the length of the Y, the line, let's see. Can decrease the size a bit. somewhere like here, and also make it a bit. You have to play a bit with this. Okay, this looks almost good. I'll do like this. And now, since since we have used the me.ditch techniques, we can just grab this four, and I'll do copy paste. So that's basically like a manual replicator we did before. So we already have the water. Then I create the other three missing ones. So we have energy. Then we miss climate and poverty, if I remember well. Okay, so we have our five, correct? Yes. And we can test them. So we can click play. In case click play, the LFO will move up, changing the year and the values. So we can try. We have the values changing, and every year the lines move. We want to make also like the lines shifting and these values shifting like smoothly. That's what we did before using the lag. So that we have to do the same now. And we can copy paste this lag here. And we connect this rename to this lag and then this to the revenue. So let's try. And now everything works smoothly. So as the year goes on, we can see like the company's revenue and the SDG goals compared to them. And the last thing I want to do is just to add like a title here or end or the year, so we know where we are. So I go here at the end and add just a text SOP connected to a geo. And this will be somewhere here. So we can, first we can make it smaller, 0.01. And then we can create a constant material, be black. And connect it to the geo. So now we can modify accordingly. So let's do that. Let's do these a bit smaller, something like this, and move it a bit up. And that will be the title. So we can just write something here. Will be companies revenues by year. Still a bit smaller, like this, and bold, nicer. And then I will do another similar thing. So I copy paste this. And here, let's move it. I will put it somewhere here. We have some space here. And this will be just here. And then we will change it. And I will move it there, down here. So go to transform. We go down. And then to the right. Yeah, here's nice. And we'll also make it a bit more gray. Somewhere like this. I also want it bigger. Actually, I'll make it white. And sometimes it gets stuck, so I'll do this and I will make it bigger. Like, let's use the font size. Okay, move it a bit again. It's just aesthetics, so you can do whatever you want actually. And also I will reduce the alpha slightly. And again, it doesn't date. Okay, something like this. And then we grab the ear, and the ear we have done this before in this dot, the dot 2, right? Actually, the select 2, I think. Oh, no, actually, the ear is here. So in the null 2. And from this, we grab the ear inside this Python expression. So we can copy paste this, actually just this part without the rank. So we copy this, come back to our text, and in the text as a Python expression, we copy paste this. Okay, now if I press play, you can have both the ear and all the rest, and everything is working smoothly. So this is done. Like to check how it works, I will just run this LFO from scratch so we can take a full look of what is happening, and I will make it bigger. So that's our final output. So we can check the year, the revenues, the company, the sector, and these SDG goals in comparison. There are a few things that could be done more that I will not go through, so you can do on your own if you like. First of all, some of these logos are not nice, so you might need to download something better to make it nicer. Also, these bars could be bigger and show also the logo in a better way. We could also decide not to show these red lines in this part until they arrive here. And there are a few things that we can do, but the main techniques we have used will be okay to finish for you if you want. Thank you for watching.